What's up, guys? Welcome back to another TheSportUniverse Reacts. So, today we're going to be reacting to basically the start of the MLB offseason with the first big signing coming today after the White Sox signed Yasmani Grandal for 4 years, $73 million. So, first from a Mets fan's perspective, because Yasmani Grandal was one of those players that was on the Mets. Many people rumored him with the Mets for some reason, and I guess that goes into my opinion about it. I don't really care. I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't understand why Yasmani Grandal was on the Mets' possible free agents to target. He's like, Yasmani Grandal has been a really good catcher, which is going to go into my next point, but the Mets have Wilson Ramos, and they signed Wilson Ramos as that catcher who could finally fill the role of an actual catcher, be good offensively, and be okay defensively. For a while, it's just been the Mets signing defensive-minded catchers because they have a good pitching staff and they need a good defensive catcher to catch that pitching staff. But after years of mediocrity with Travis d'Arnaud, it just turned into we need some offense from our catcher. And Wilson Ramos, in my eyes, was the best option for them in 2018. I know people still wanted Yasmani Grandal to go to the Mets, but I still viewed Wilson Ramos as a better catcher. Just offensively, he's pretty much always hit for a high average. Yasmani Grandal has struggled hitting high averages. He has power, but that doesn't mean he's gonna hit well. So I always viewed Wilson Ramos as better than Yasmani Grandal. And yes, Yasmani Grandal has shown that he has great defense, but not even great defense. He has okay defense. We saw in the playoffs this year, he struggled. He had a pretty good defensive year, but the only thing Wilson Ramos really struggled with was throwing people out when they were obviously stealing. And that's also going to come with pitchers just getting better at that. And the Mets pitchers have always struggled with that, and they just need to become better with it. So I didn't ever understand the Yasmani Grandal Mets rumors. I felt like, why would you waste money on a position you're fine in? The Mets need pitching relief help, not catching help. So, off of that, what this means for the White Sox, I guess. I know the White Sox aren't like that big team that is always in the news, but he did sign with the White Sox, so I have to discuss that. So, the White Sox had James McCann, who made the All-Star game last year, so many people are wondering why they would go after a catcher if they already have that talent on their team. There's a few reasons. First off, their GM, which makes sense, says that you can't take yourself out of can't take yourself of every opportunity. If an opportunity presents itself, you got to go for it. And Yasmani Grandal was that perfect opportunity for them based off what they wanted to accomplish this offseason, which many people are saying the White Sox are going to have a pretty busy offseason. One of the big things that they wanted to accomplish was getting a power hitter in the middle of the lineup, someone who's going to be good for their long-term plans, and Yasmani Grandal has proven to be that type of player. He's just works hard. According to what I hear, he works hard and is just a great person to have on your team, and the White Sox were interested in that. But coming off of that, why would you spend... So, I guess I should have said this first, but the 4-year, $73 million contract is the biggest contract the White Sox has ever given out, which is kind of surprising because that's not, like, crazy money. It is crazy money, like, if you think about it outside of actual baseball, but, like, in the real world, it's crazy money, but for baseball, it's not that crazy. Why would they waste all that money on a position they already have when there's other places they need help? Similar to the Mets. A few reasons. James McCann, he had a great first half, which led him to be an all-star. However, the prior 5 years, he's been nothing better than your average catcher. And then after the all-star break, he went back to that mediocrity that made him just an okay catcher. So they viewed the catching position. They viewed what James McCann did last year probably as like a blimp. a blimp in his career, and they wanted to improve in the catching position. They accomplished improving in one area. They didn't need it though. Getting that big bat in the middle of the lineup, getting someone who's going to work for their long-term plans, and just things like that, which were obviously on the table. They wanted to get done. From there, for the rest of baseball, it's just the start to, in honesty, like a pretty big offseason. There's going to be some big names that are going to be changing teams, from Garrett Cole, Anthony Rendon, obviously Yasmani Grandal, Zach Wheeler, Madison Bumgarner. Some big names that are going to be Steven Strasburg. There's a lot of talent on the table in this offseason, and it could change the future of teams if they can make those moves that they need to make. From that, I guess that's it. There's not much more to say. So, that's another Reacts. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Follow us at the.sport.universe. Big video coming out tomorrow. So check that out. I'm not going to say who it is. Suspense. But other than that, thanks for watching. See ya.